Hey, so I'm gonna hope that this actually records. So I want to talk about, actually just basics, when it comes to psychic, communication and like everything and protecting yourself, which is shielding, purification, grounding, all of that jazz. Um, so the first thing you always want to do is ground. So, I have a few meditations and things like that, on here. But it's like taking a deep breath and actually being in the here and now. This is the basis to all meditation. So here, now, taking a deep breath, um, really focusing on the core. That's also called centering. So grounding and centering, and grounding kind of has two parts to it. Centering is part of it. Centering is also part of purifying, or the other word is running your energy. So, when you ground, you're pushing all of your thoughts, all of your biases, any kind of running thought or whatever, and you're quieting your mind. And you're becoming really, really aware of where you are at that second. So, there's a few ways of doing that. I have a few meditations for that, like pushing your roots into the ground. Um, you kind of imagine the roots guided meditation, like going down. Um, And then there's a few physical ones like pushing your fingers together. Have you ever seen like anxiety meditations? That's called grounding because you're just pushing off, pushing out, I mean, pushing out any kind of thoughts and then focusing on where you are like right now. So that way your mind is completely clear of any kind of bias. And so you can start to think logically. Um, the next one is centering, and that is just like I said, there's two parts. There's first clearing the head, which usually you call that grounding, and then centering is actually focusing on yourself. So, like I said, so sometimes you gotta push all those thoughts into the ground and then become aware of yourself. So you're becoming very, very aware of your own body. And this is basic, because you need to tell yourself from everything else around you and being very, very in control of your own personal energy. So, purifying or running your energy, like I said, that's kind of like two parts too. So purifying is just clearing. Now you're going from your thoughts, now going to your energy, your train of thought, what you project, and now you're just running it and purifying it in whatever way you're going to do. Like some pagans use lemon, they use salt, to purify outer influences. Energy is energy, so you could just filter if you could. Um, and the other thing is to literally let it just flow and picture that filter and let your thoughts then go there. So after you become like separate, aware of yourself, um, and outer influences, you let your kind of thoughts go through the rabbit hole. This seems like it's counterproductive, but it's not because now you're on the outside observing your own thoughts. If that makes sense. So you're analyzing yourself. So the next thing you're doing is shielding. So what you're doing is picturing that bubble inside of you. So a lot of people like to picture like the center of your chest. And you're putting up like a protective bubble or a protective shield, however you picture it, from other people's energy. So that way they can't, latch onto you. A good thing to note is a lot of times when shielding the second or like a mid stage, to purification is actually picturing all of your connections to everyone, like either ropes or chains. At this point, you should be able to kind of like see or analyze your thoughts. And then you just picture your connections to other people. So is this a chain or is this a rope? That's my favorite. So is this person helping me progress with their thoughts and energy, or is this person hindering me, which I see as a chain? And obviously, the helping is throwing you a rope. Other people see this connection differently. Sometimes they see it in colors, some of those are green and those are red. It's however your mind works. That's also a part of shielding, because now you can't help but to have these people around you. So, how do you not get affected by it? You put up this kind of energy shield or this train of thought, that they are there, they're coinciding with me, and yet I'm looking at a logical point of view existing instead of you affecting me. So your energy, your emotions are not going to affect me, walking forward with my life. So that's all of that, and then when you're ready for that, you know, tarot cards, communication, every day, going to work. So those are like the basics of meditating, shielding, and self-discovery in a sense, most psychic work. If not all, and I push all. So there you go.